Hi, today I'd like to talk to you about wheat and tares. You ask, like, why do you talk so much about devils? Can't you just be nice and everything? Okay, the reason I talk so much about devils is because the Bible talks a lot about devils. Jesus talks a lot about devils. God the Father talks a lot about devils. We are in a war. We have an enemy. When you start to understand this, your life will improve. I'm reading you from first, before we get into the wheat and tares, I'll give you an example of this, that the parable of the sower. Jesus spoke this in Matthew chapter 13. He said, Behold, a sower went out to sow, and as he sowed, some seed fell by the wayside, and the birds came and devoured them. Then his disciples asked him, can you explain that? And he says, this is Jesus' explanation of that. He says, when anyone hears the words of the kingdom and does not understand it, then the wicked one comes and snatches away what was sown in his heart. This is he who receives seed by the wayside. So he says, the birds came and ate the seed is the same as the wicked one coming and eating the seed. So we have an adversary who is active in our lives, in our world, taking our seed from us. When you hear the word of God, he tries to steal it from you. This is his modus operandum, according to Jesus. And Jesus knows these things. Okay, another parable Jesus put forth, saying, the kingdom is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the grain had sprouted and produced the crops, then the tares also appeared. So the servants of the owner came and said to him, Sir, did you not sow good seed in your field? How then does it have tares? And he says to them, an enemy did this. The servants said to him, do you want us to go and gather them up? He said, no, lest while you gather up the tares, you also uproot the wheat with them. Let them both grow together until the harvest, and at the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, first gather the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. And so then the disciples later on asked him to explain that to him. So this is the explanation of that parable. His disciples came to him saying, explain to us the parable of the tares of the field. By the way, a tare is something that looks a lot like wheat, but it has a black, bitter taste in seed inside its head, and it doesn't actually have much food value. It's smaller and lighter, and I've also heard it said that the tares don't bend over because the wheat has more weight to it. It bends over, so it's also the bowing and worshiping aspect here. And he answered and said to them, he who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. In other words, Jesus is sowing the good seed. That's the gospel. That's the Bible. It's Jesus sowing the good seed. The field is the world. The good seeds are the sons of the kingdom, but the tares are the sons of the wicked one. Notice, very important here, there's only two kinds of seeds. There's the sons of the kingdom and the sons of the wicked one. There's not the sons of the neutral one. There's not Switzerland here. You're either a son of the kingdom, you're with God, or you're with the devil. Your choice. You can't be both. If you're a son of the kingdom, you know it. But if you don't know which one you are, you're a son of the wicked one, because the wicked one is all about deception. So he deceives you into thinking you're not a son of the wicked one. You're neutral. No, you are not. The enemy who sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the reapers are the angels. Therefore, as the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of this age. The Son of Man, Jesus, will send out his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all things that offend and those who practice lawlessness. See, Jesus is the king, and anybody who does not serve the king, the rightful king, the creator, the heir of the universe, they're practicing lawlessness. They have their own law. They have their own religion. They have their own set of beliefs. They are practicing lawlessness. And those who practice lawlessness, and will cast them into the furnace of fire. There will be wailing and gnashing of teeth. I understand the wailing and the gnashing of teeth. They're going to be in a lot of pain, and they're going to be screaming, and they're going to say, oh, we never knew. We thought we were Switzerland. We thought we were neutral. We were just good people. Yes, but you were not following what the king said to do. Then the righteous, the people who obey God, will shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. I don't know about you, but I want to be one of the righteous who shine forth in the kingdom of the sun. In the kingdom, shine forth as the sun is bright in the kingdom of their Father. See, it's from the very beginning, it was all about God wanting to be our Father. He loves you. He wants to have a relationship with you, but he respects your decision to not want to accept his love and not to love him. And he has made a provision for people who don't want to be with him. He doesn't want to force anyone. He's not raping people to be in love with him. If you don't want him, you don't have to have him. But God is all goodness and love and mercy. And if you don't want him, if you don't want all goodness, there's only one place for you where there is no goodness. And it's not, God doesn't want you to be there, but he will support your right to make that decision. Thank you.